Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Gary, and today we've got another video for you because we all want to look blendiful. Finally got my Tati Beauty sponges in, and that's what today's video is going to be. Be sure to be following me on Instagram and Twitter at Orbiting Live. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Hit the bell notification so you always know when I upload a new video. I try to do one video a week. Sometimes I might try to post two. Usually talk about makeup, but sometimes I like to do random videos. So I hope you join me. Follow me on all my social medias. Talk to me, send me messages. I love talking with you guys. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The Tati Beauty Blendifuls. We've all heard about them. It is a powder puff. I finally got it in. This is what it looks like. I did order a couple of other things, so it's in the box. But it says no harsh lines, XO's Tati. I like the packaging of this. A couple of things. I ordered this on launch day, which I'm not sure when it was. I think it said the 12th, and I just got it yesterday, which is the 28th. 27th? 28th. No, I got it on the 27th. So it took several weeks to get. The funny thing is, of course, it's launch day. Things take a little bit longer, but it's the shipping. Like, it's not them, actually. I don't know if it's the company they use or what, but it went from one place and it said it was getting sent to the United States Postal Service, and then I'll update after it gets it. It took 5 days to get shipped from Illinois to USPS to get delivered, and 3 more days after that. So it shipped from California, went to Vegas, was in Vegas for a couple days, went to Illinois, was there for 7 days, and then it finally got shipped to USPS. It's just so stupid. Shipping here takes forever for some reason for some companies. I've had this with a couple of companies that when they ship, I don't know if it's that third party company that they go through or how it delivers, it takes forever. And I'm in Missouri, so it's not like crazy, but I did get the Makeup Geek palette. I ordered it on launch day, and I got it a day before the Tati Beauty one, and it just released a week and a half ago at this point. Not even that. I think I got it within 7 days. So Tati Beauty says the same thing. Within 5 to 7 days after it's been shipped, you should get it. It took 12 days for me to get it, which just seems like a really long time. But you know how I am. I guess I'm so used to Amazon shipping, Prime shipping. You get it the next day or get it within 3 days. I get that sometimes you have to pay extra for faster shipping, but it's annoying when everybody else seems to be getting theirs and yours still hasn't shown up yet. That's been my complaint so far. But really, like I said, that's nothing to do with Tati Beauty. It's more of the shipping partners. And like I said, there are other companies I have that same issue with. And it's just, I don't know if it's Missouri just saying, it's all right, you're in Missouri. Let's just take a little longer to get there. No one's going to care. That's in my brain. That's how everyone acts. So, but I finally got it. I'm excited to get it. It is a velour powder puff. I'm just going to open it. And this was $18, and you get two. You get this one, and you get the baby one. So I'm interested to see how this works. I love powder puffs. I've always liked powder puffs. You heard the saying, beat the face. Powder puffs is what caused that because you always beat your face with them. So the videos, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people use them. I'm sure this will work really well. I do like the fabric. The fabric is not as loose. It's a little tighter than like one of those makeup remover cloths that are fuzzy. This is a lot thinner, and it's not as, I don't know, like the fabric on that's a little bit looser, so it's not quite the same. It's just, it does feel very velvety. This one feels just, I think, a little bit softer, but it is a little thicker too, as opposed to this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna use my last video. I really liked how my foundation came out, so I'm gonna use that same foundation, and we're going to see what we can do and how it's gonna work for me. I'm going to start off with my e.l.f. Luminous primer. She said you can use this for everything, so I'm just going to give it a go and we're going to see how it works. So I'm just going to take this, rub this in here a little bit. I actually really do like how this feels, and I actually maybe like this better than my fingers because it just, I don't know. And they say, you know, using stuff like this, you want the warmth of your fingers to warm it up so it's emulsified and easier to spread on your skin. But I think this looks pretty good. I will say, I do notice in that it does have a little bit of a tint to it, that e.l.f. Luminous Primer. This is my second time using it. You know, I'm a big fan of the other one, but I saw that they came out with a luminous version because they have the regular putty primer. This is the one I used, and I don't know where my other one's at. But they had one that's just the e.l.f. putty primer. They also have a mattifying one now, and they have the luminous powder one. Okay, so this is the original. It's just the poreless putty primer. And then the one that I've been using is the luminous putty primer. I do really like the poreless putty primer, but my skin's been ultra dry, so I've been using that, well, the second time using it. So, all right, and so for foundation, I use liquid foundation. I do like cream foundation. I just don't have a lot of it right now. I do really like this Revlon Candid. This is in nude, and then I also have Light Illusion. This is in natural beige. I use several pumps of this, and then I add this to it to give me a little bit more coverage, and the colors are a little different, so hopefully it sets well. What I'm hoping is it doesn't take as long, because sometimes, well, I guess it doesn't take long, but sometimes it takes a little while to get your face on. Get your face on! But with this, so I just put it on my little mixing thing. I'll try to mix it up with this. Okay. I have a lot on here. So let's just see. Actually, I think it looks really good, and honestly, I think I used less foundation this way. I'd been using a brush recently, and look how much I have left. I used way too much. I think it looks really good. It didn't take me very long at all, just a few minutes. So I really like that, and that's kind of what it looks like. And as you can see, it was really easy to get in the corners. I've seen plenty of videos, and I know this is going to work pretty well, but anything that makes it faster to get the same results or better is always good in my book. So last time I didn't put on any concealer because I feel like this foundation pretty much covered up my circles that I have. So I'm just going to use, I am going to use the little one for powder, well, for this powder. So I'm going to take this, I'm just taking the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, Waterproof Transparent. Just going to do this, and we're just going to pat under the eyes here. I think that looks pretty good. I felt like it removed a little bit of foundation, so you just have to be careful with that. Of course, I usually have more on, and if I'm actually putting concealer on, it's not so bad. What else am I going to do? I'm going to use my contour. I'm using all powder, pressed powder. So this is the Just Blushing Just Because. This is my contour, and I'll use the other end here and see how I can get this to look. And it does pick it up pretty good. That went on a lot darker. I got way too much. And usually I use a stippling brush for this so it diffuses it a little bit. See how dark that is? That's crazy. Let me try to go in with this. You have to be careful because this stuff does pick up quite a bit. All right, so I want to do, just going to do one little streaky. Look at how good that looks. I think it looks really good. That looks really good. I'm really impressed so far. Okay, not too crazy. Now we're going to go in with our Hipdot Spongebob Sandy Cheeks palette, and we are going to do our bronzer and our blush. Same thing, I just tapped it in just a little bit. Oh my gosh, it picks up so much. Here's the thing, so I've got a shaved head, so it's rubbing against all that too. See right there. That has to do more with my shaved head than it does the blender though. I have to be careful because this picks up a lot of product, so I'm used to using a diffusing brush, kind of like this with the very light bristles on it. This is actually what I use to put on all this stuff, so I still think it looks good. I just have to get used to how much product to put on is my problem. That's on me, not this, but it blends really well, other than in a shaved head part where things are just going to latch on to it. I think the bronzer looks pretty good. So I'm going to do blush. I'm a little scared. This is how much picked up. This is just like one little swipe. I'm going to dab it a little bit off. Looks a little better. Okay, biggest thing is, see how it's splotchy? But seriously, this is in, I mean, my hair, like shaving goes like this, so all this is patchy because it's stubbly. So the rest of my face really isn't patchy. So keep that in mind. So let me use this brush here and just get around here. So see, it didn't really, I mean, it dirtied it a little bit, but it was just getting those splotches off where I shave my head. I'm going to try just a little bit more. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, I went way too heavy-handed on some of this, but I think it looks good. Okay, so it's taken me about 25 minutes to do all that. Let me find a highlighter that I want to use. This is going to be frightening because it was too much just with the brush. So let's just see. I'm just going to use... That's a lot. That is a lot. Alright, so final thoughts. Final thoughts is I love this freaking highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit loose highlighter. I mean, yes, God. Alright, so final thoughts. It is $18, so this is different than normal powder puffs. The other powder puffs don't have the velour texture on them. I believe there are a few that sell some that have like a different texture. I know Beauty Blender sell one. The Beauty Blender one by itself, when I last looked on Ulta, was $15. So for $18 you get two of them. This one you can definitely use as touch-up, throw in for powders if you want to do under the eye. It was really good for that. This is not super dirty. I mean, and I could use the other side too. The washing, I've seen people wash it. It does wash up really well. You can use just regular soap and water, squeeze it out, let it dry overnight, or you can use a hairdryer and blow it. Jen Loves Reviews also has where she cut it open and it's like a foam pad that's in here. And this one's just a little more porous. I think they're good products. Are they worth $18? Actually, I kind of like this more than a Beauty Blender. I've been liking my brush, but I feel like the brush has been soaking up so much product because the type of product that I put on my mixing palette, this was the same amount that I used last time, and it used it all on my face, and I didn't have to use it all this time. So I feel like this doesn't absorb product, and the Beauty Blenders do the same thing. I think it works for powder. I think if you're going to use press powders like these, or even, I mean, you have to be very careful. So because these are more concentrated, because they're not loose, when you're rubbing that on there, just dab and then, you know, dab it in the areas you want it. Kind of like I did with my foundation, dab it in the areas you want it. Then go over it. I think it works. This up here, I'm still going to have to use a brush just because it's where I shave, so it's never going to be a flat sort of shade. I'm going to always have some sort of splotches on that, so I don't blame the sponges for that. It's just, if I had hair, I wouldn't be blending up there anyway. I think this is a good investment. I will be using this quite a bit. I try to use a brush more because I love the Beauty Blender, but it wasn't working the way. I think I really like the Beauty Blender with cream products. These work really well with cream products too, from what I've seen. I will wash them and see how easy they are to wash, but I'm pretty excited about these. What do you think? Have you bought them? Have you bought the Tati Beauty Blendiful? Do they look blendiful? I think it looks really good. I mean, like I said, other than this, I think it looks really good. $18, I think it'll last for a while. A Beauty Blender is $20, and you mainly only use that for foundation and some powder. I mean, these I used for literally everything. I'll still have, like I said, I'll still have to use my brush because I go higher up than most people, but I'm not using, you know, as much. And I love that you don't have to wet these too, because it's another thing with beauty blenders. I actually like using mine dry, but you don't have to get up because you forgot to wet it. We like wet things, but you don't want to have to work for it. Or maybe you do. I guess it just depends on the type of person that you are. Alright, so that's my review. What do you guys think? Have you bought these? Are you going to buy these? What do you think of them? Do you think it was smart of her to come out with something like this? I think it's really great. Like I said, drag community and makeup community, even, 2012, 2011, you used regular makeup sponges and you use powder puffs similar to this. They do work really well, and I do like the fabric that's on this. I'm curious to see, because of my stubble, if this stuff will fade out quicker, but I won't really know until I use it for a while. I do like it. I think it is a worthwhile thing. I'll let you know if anything happens with them. You'll probably see me using it in videos. Yeah, so subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this review. Go to my Instagram, my Twitter. I'm orbiting live everywhere. Feel free to send me a message. I'll post more pictures of the things that I'm reviewing. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And in my next video, I'll be doing the Makeup Geek palette, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful morning, noon, night, overnight, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.